Jack, it has been 9 years since the Sandy Hook school massacre in which 20 first graders and 6 educators were killed. This happened not far from where I am in Connecticut. And for at least some of the families, there has finally been a landmark settlement with a gun manufacturer. As NBC News reports, relatives of 9 victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre have reached a $73 million settlement with Remington, concluding a lawsuit that saw a gun manufacturer for the first time face liability following a mass shooting in the United States. The landmark victory comes after a protracted legal battle over how Remington marketed its Bushmaster AR-15-style rifle, which was used in December 2012 killings of 20 first graders and 6 educators in Newtown, Connecticut. The gunman fatally shot his mother before the elementary school rampage and then killed himself. Some reaction from Veronique de Rosa, the mother of 6-year-old victim Noah Pozner. She said at a press conference on this day, today is a day of accountability for an industry that has thus far enjoyed operating with immunity and impunity, and for this I am grateful. In their lawsuit against Remington, which has since filed for bankruptcy, families of the victims argue that the gunmaker irresponsibly marketed the weapon to at-risk young men, such as the Sandy Hook shooter, through product placement in violent video games. Meantime, we have just passed the 4-year anniversary of the Parkland, Florida school massacre, which was the worst in high school shooting history. 17 students killed there, 17 staff were injured. One of the survivors, David Hogg, continues his effort to, of course, try to press Congress and now the Biden administration to pass some common sense gun reform. And he says that he is disappointed that President Biden has not taken some unilateral action. Watch.
President Biden needs to do something, because there are certain things that he's leaving on the table that he can do right now, like creating a national office of gun violence prevention and a national director of gun violence prevention, and creating a comprehensive plan to dramatically reduce gun deaths before the State of the Union that he can do right now, regardless of the filibuster and regardless of what's going on in the Senate.
So some frustrations, Jack, with Joe Biden, but perhaps a glimmer of good news, at least, that one of the gun manufacturers has finally cried uncle and is willing to pay out some of the families in Newtown.
Yep. So there are 2 issues here. First, on the Biden administration, did they do enough? The answer is always no. So Biden says, yeah, hopefully Congress will pass it. Are you joking? Congress isn't gonna pass anything. All the Republicans, in my opinion, love the gun violence. They certainly act that way. They don't believe in regulating it at all, at all. So at a bare minimum, they say, oh yeah, we see these massacres every single day. There's literally a mass shooting, another word for that is massacre, every day in America. That's 4 people being shot, okay? And that's more than the shootout at the OK Corral. And the Republicans see that and go, we don't need any gun regulation. A massacre every day, a congresswoman gets shot in the head, another Republican congressman gets shot. Over 20 kids get murdered in kindergarten and elementary school. We don't care. Parkland shooting, dozens killed, young students, don't care. You think that you're gonna get 10 Republicans to vote for gun regulation because of the filibuster? You need 10 Republicans. No, if Biden or any other Democrat is saying that they're waiting on that, it's a preposterous lie. They know that no Republican is gonna join them. That means I'm not gonna do a goddamn thing. I'm not gonna do anything about it, okay? Now, to be fair to Biden, he did some executive actions. He took some action against ghost guns. Is that a real problem? Yes, it's a real problem. Is that the main problem? No, it's not the main problem. Well, why did he take that action and he hasn't taken anything else? Because ghost guns don't have a company to do donations. In fact, they hurt corporate profits. They hurt gun manufacturer profits because you could just make the gun yourself. Perfect. Since there's no corporate donations, you could actually take action on that. Our system is sick. It's diseased. And so don't think it's just Republicans. Corporate Democrats never do anything either, okay? So, and so is Biden gonna take executive action? No, he doesn't have the courage, he doesn't have the inclination. He's not gonna do anything about it, okay? Now, to the more important story, which is this lawsuit. Look, guys, first of all, Remington's bankrupt. That's awesome. Second of all, $73 million is no joke, and that sends a clear message to all the gun manufacturers. You loved hyping your products and selling it like it's candy to everyone. Oh, go ahead, shoot things. Who cares? Take the guns, take the, you happen to kill kindergarten kids. So what? Take more guns, more guns. Guns are awesome. Guns make you cool, guns make you tough. Oh, you're not a real man if you don't have a gun. Oh, you didn't kill anybody today? Oh. Now, to be fair, they didn't say you didn't kill anybody today, just to be precise. Now, this is the only thing that can make them think twice. And so I'm glad somebody's taking action. And the parents for the Sandy Hook victims are the perfect people to take action. Now remember, this is the same group. Their lawyers, Joshua Koskoff, he was brilliant in the Alex Jones case. They also went after him and they got him. And by got him means they sued him and then he refused to participate in the case. And so he lost. That's justice. And here they got justice again. And so, honestly, trial lawyers these days, they get a bad rap. But as you saw in our movie Oxy Kingpins, when it comes to OxyContin, you see it in this case. And there's all sorts of different lawyers. But lawyers are our last line of defense because the government is not here to help us. They're not gonna give you any help at all as our kids are being killed day after day after day. So thank God at least these parents who are absolute American heroes jumped in here and made a difference. And so otherwise, there's no hope in stopping the massacres. But now, the only thing they care about is money. And since they just lost $73 million, and every other gun manufacturer just saw them lose $73 million and do a settlement saying, yeah, it was our fault. Guys, not every settlement means that. If it's a tiny amount, that's just making the lawsuit go away. $73 million is not a tiny amount. That means you did it. So it's got to scare all the other gun manufacturers. I hope to God it does. So today, in this sense, was a great day for justice.
I agree. I mean, look, it's something, right? I mean, nothing could ever possibly replace, when you lose your child and you lose your child to gun violence. But after 10 years, almost 10 years of fighting, at least there's something. There's something that finally the families can say, okay, yes, we finally won something out of this. It's not going to bring anybody back. It's not going to make the pain any less. But to know that, okay, a gun manufacturer has finally acknowledged yes, they were marketing these guns to kids. They were contributing to the problems in our society with guns. Just one day of acknowledgement is something.
Yeah, and actually it's funny you say that because Koskoff, their lawyer, said the same thing in the press conference. He said, look, this money, every parent in this case would trade it for just one more minute with their kids. And he went through all the different things that the kids and the teachers were going through. And he's absolutely right about that. It isn't about the money. It's sending a message that you're not gonna get away with it. There's finally someone on the beat who's gonna fight back. So all of the country owes a debt of gratitude to those Sandy Hook parents for fighting back on all of our behalf. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.